I was honestly, seriously wishing sort of that they would amputate my FUPA. It's like, "Take it off. I hate it."
Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell for notification.
If you feel that you might be missing out on something, we are sure there is another reaction channel with Chantel's video, in its entirety.
Hi, everybody. Cat food.
Good thing you identified it as cat food and not cat shit. You really dodged a bullet there.
Don't choke, yeah. I'm just having breakfast. I'm gonna have some oatmeal because today is day 1 of eating things. Oh yeah, I love coconut. This has no added sugar. That are gonna heal my tummy.
I really do hope you do stick with it to get your tummy feeling better. The real question is, how long before you can't handle the pressure from your feeders, wanting to see you stuff your face with large amounts of deep-fried food, smothered in gravy, while making a sloppy mess of it. After all, mukbanging is your job, and how you make your living despite the health risks involved. I really wonder if your tummy will get healthy, and win this time, or will the feeders win because you are a very weak person, which will make an excuse to justify going back to very bad behavior.
And my booga. I'm still doing a video today. I just wanted to come live and hang out with my virtual friends, I guess.
When you say virtual friends, are you talking about the same virtual friends that are feeders and subscribers, that have brought you to this point in your life, by paying you to eat enormous amounts of unhealthy food or encouraged you to eat what you want, when you want and how you want? Are those the same virtual friends that you are talking about, or are there other virtual friends that we don't know about?
You could call you guys. Death Valley. Hi, everybody. Oh, sorry if I missed you there. I did not need surgery on my FUPA. I went in there thinking it was going to need to be lanced and that it was an abscess. I mean, there is some draining, so I don't know.
Is it just me, or is there anybody else that believes her real problem is piss poor hygiene? I can only imagine what the rest of her body looks like in those other places which she can't reach herself. Maybe Pete's could clarify some of this up for us, after all.
Oh, shut your mouth, pig and ways. Go make an appointment to get the stick removed out of your ass. All right. It's just Pete's not eating it, and he's had his mouth on my vagina. So I don't think he minds, okay?
Did you all hear that? Take a little bit of time to let that sink in. Think about it. Here's a man who shares a house with a woman, who had to go to the hospital for a nasty sore caused from poor hygiene, due to being morbidly super obese. A man who she assumes, has no problem consuming germs from any food she cooks for him, because he's had his
mouth on my vagina.
So this is some old-fashioned oats that cook for like 20 minutes. Just eating what I have here. I have to get some healthier groceries. Some cinnamon, some coconut flakes, and a little bit of real maple syrup, which is not processed sugar and is actually good for your liver, what I read.
Instead of reading what is healthy for you, what did your doctor tell you? Your real doctor, not your make-believe therapist and dietitian, but your real doctor.
I'm just putting a bit of that. No fake sugars. No processed sugars. Honestly, guys, what the doctor told me to do because of my, had another CT. I have to talk to my doctor later today, so I'm going to do an update video after that. Pizza's okay. I don't have Aldi. I have a friggin' pimple. And, what was I going to say? Shoot, what was I saying? Oh my god, I'm brain fog. Yeah, I'm going to update you guys after I talk to her because I might have some more news. But the doctor at the ER told me they saw more inflammation, and there was inflammation like in my blood test around my bowels. So to eat things like with the recurring C. diff and things to eat, I have to like rebuild my gut microbiome, or at least try.
When it comes to things that the doctors tell you what you need to do, you always have a caveat, that one tiny little word which is try. That word try is your out for failure. She is already setting up a failure. Your health has come to a point where you can't try anymore. It is now due. You have to do it, period.
And I have to eat a lot of fiber. So, because fiber rebuilds your gut microbiome. So I have to eat a lot of fiber things. So oatmeal is like really high in fiber. Beans, and it has to be like lean stuff because of my fatty liver and no gallbladder. So I have to eat a lot of lean foods, very clean foods, which honestly, I'm not having a hard time with right now because of the infection. I haven't been really hungry. Like I went like all day and night last night without eating. I just, I was so tired, you know? Potassium pills, ugh. I feel okay. Like that's why they sent me home because my blood work was a lot better. Like they didn't see that an infection had spread. They did a CT to see if I had any like to see what was going on with the mass. And it showed like edema. So it's like a skin infection. That whole like my FUPA. It's like double in size. It's so weird. It feels like a bowling ball between my legs.
So you have a sore under your FUPA that has doubled in size, and feels like a bowling ball between your legs, and you find that worthy of a chuckle. I'm sure your supporters would stand up for you and say that that chuckle was nothing more than a nervous laugh. Nothing has ever worried her or made her nervous. We have proof of that with videos before this one. She didn't show being nervous when she told everyone back in 2019 and again in 2020 that she was diagnosed with a fatty liver, C. diff, a blood clot in her lung and a mass in her spleen.
I think it's gone down a very little bit. So what I have to do is just keep very clean. I just shower like twice a day, and then I use saline solution. Yeah, I'm on antibiotics. Um, so yeah, there's no OnlyFans drama. I mean, if you want a refund, just let me know. I'll refund you your money. That's plain and simple. It's done. It's over with. So I was directing my anger towards the trolls who signed up just to leak my stuff. Like that's who I was directing it to. But every time I go on an anger tirade, I always forget that I don't explain that to my loyal fans and they kind of get offended, some people.
I thought you weren't worried about what people were going to do with your OnlyFans content. You even said in your own words, you don't care if it leaks or any of that. However, you had to throw in the fat shaming, which is your go-to for anything and everything that pertains to you.
Like, I don't care if they leak my OnlyFans. What do? Take it and then like post it somewhere and laugh at my body? Like, is that supposed to hurt my feelings? The fact, if anything, that just shows what kind of person you are, body shaming someone else. Like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, like who does that?
Thanks, guys. I really appreciate the concern. Yeah, that's why they sent me home. They were gonna like keep me, but because it's an infection, but because I felt okay, like I feel all right, and I didn't have a fever or any other signs of spreading infection, they were gonna let me go. They let me go within it. I was so happy I went there. So my reasoning was to go at like 6:30 in the morning. Let me take a bite of this. Very plain. There's not much sugar. I need berries. I wish I had some.
It's not going to take long before you stop following doctor's orders and start adding in small amounts of food items that you're not supposed to eat. Then in short order, you won't be eating what the doctor tells you at all. You'll be eating all those foods that you're not supposed to because your brain will be telling you, you want it, and your feeders will be paying you to do it. We also can't forget the supportive subscribers that encourage you to be you, and to do what you want, and to eat what you want. From day one it's been the same 3 things that got your health troubles to where they are at now. Those are your feeders, your subscribers, and your greed for money. That is one hell of a combination to die for.
I get there, the board, there's like nobody there. There's like 2 people there. One guy was throwing up the whole time. I think he had like alcohol poisoning, or not poisoning, but like something like that. They were talking about him. And he kept going up to the nurse and asking for apple juice. And she's like, we don't have juice. You have to. And I was asking for juice because I didn't anticipate being there for like 12 hours, And they're like, well, we can't give you juice. We can only give you ice chips in case we need to operate on you. And I'm like, of course, of course. So that's true. And I'm like, damn. So then my room had a connecting bathroom to another room. And this poor girl just like broke my heart every time. I don't know, like this woman or somebody every time they would go pee, they would like be like, ow, 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 ow. So I was like, oh my God, like that would scare the crap out of me. I'm just like, must be a really bad bladder infection or something, you know?
If you're using the toilet at all anytime during your visit, I'm sure that same poor person screaming will be screaming when she finds out she's got C. diff. That's just like you, giving a gift that keeps on giving.
Move, bitch!
Cinnamon and spice. Yeah, I have cinnamon in here. So there was like me and the barf guy, and then like nobody else. So I'm like, yes, I'm gonna get in soon. Then the board says 8-hour wait. I'm like, what? I was annoyed. Did I already miss all the updates? Yeah, you missed updates, but just that I'm okay. I'm on antibiotics and my my fasting blood sugar was 14, which is very high, so they thought that I'm diabetic. So it's not treated right now, so I have to talk to my doctor about that today. He said to ask her about something called Ozempic, which helps you like lose weight and control your diabetes. He said that skin infections are at higher risk when you have uncontrolled diabetes. Ozempic is awesome. Are you? Does it work?
It will help your diabetes and you may lose a little weight with it, but not the weight loss you and other obese people are looking for. It is not a magic weight loss pill. You still have to watch what you eat even when you're on it.
I'm just like over it. I'm like over going to the fucking ER. And I was in the shower today thinking about that. And I'm like, this is sickening. This is like, if I don't, like, I'm literally gonna like die. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Now you are worried that if you continue down this path that you're on you could die, and you don't want to. What about this?
It's like a part of me just wants to say F it, and like, honest to God, this sounds so morbid. Part of me doesn't care if I die at 60, as long as I'm loving just eating. Just want to eat into myself into oblivion.
I was a Beezer the other day and bought these. I'm getting rid of them. I'm gonna pack up all the food that I'm not gonna eat, like packaged processed stuff, and give it to the food bank.
Bitch, please.
So, yeah. It's never too late until it is, you know, but as long as I'm still kicking around, you could fail over and over and over, you know, anyone can change.
The real question is, can you change? Because I don't think you can. I think down deep there's still this person inside of you reminding you that you don't care.
Part of me doesn't care if I die at 60, as long as I'm loving just eating. Just want to eat into myself into oblivion.
So I'll get off here. Thanks for having breakfast with me, and pain. Yeah, I was in a lot of pain yesterday. Didn't have a fever, no. But I will come back on and cook something maybe. See how I feel. My FUPA is hurting. Alright guys, I'm gonna go lay down with my cats. Love you guys. Thanks for hanging out. Everybody. Thanks everybody for the super chats. Bye. Bye.
As you have probably figured out by now, we edited out a big chunk of her BS. Basically that's all. It was just to hopefully grab a super chat and get her watch time up. Instead of just ending this video here and then doing a new video on her health update, we decided to attach that health update to this one. So shall we get into it?
Well, hello guys, hello! Oh my goodness, I have missed you guys so bad. It feels so weird, but so good doing a recorded video, honestly. It really makes me want to get back into the swing of things. So here's the deal. Today we're going to do an update on my life and my health and things like that, just chit-chat with the cats, of course, because they're wheezing right now. I apologize for not putting this out yesterday. I was supposed to do that after I had an appointment, phone appointment with my family doctor, but I'm not feeling too good. I haven't been feeling too great, which I'll get into in a moment. A lot of you probably already know what's going on since I've posted on my community posts. And I'm going to be talking about what now going forward, how I'm going to address these health issues. And I'm just going to warn you right now, flat out, in the most nicest way possible, because I am trying to be nicer and not a total bitch all the time. I don't need your comments saying, here we go again. I don't need illness shaming, cycle shaming. I don't need your negative comments. I don't care about them. They're not wanted here, so please go elsewhere. Thank you.
Why am I not surprised that you started this video right off the bat talking about people posting comments, criticisms? You're doing it all over again. We've heard it before type things. They may not be able to post them over on your video, but they sure as hell can post them over on ours. So feel free, good or bad, we don't care. Know if your comment is talking about wishing her to die or wanting her or someone to commit bodily harm to themselves, stupid crap like that will get removed and you will be blocked.
Alright, where do I even begin? This is totally non-scripted, just kind of like all of my videos are, but whatever. Alright, so, my health is what mostly I'm going to be talking about here. My health is crap. I'm sure you're all aware of that.
No shit.
And, sorry about that. Pause in the video. I might look a little sweaty because I'm a busybody today. So anyway, just trying to get my place back in functioning order after being ill and not feeling well for a while. You know how it goes. Kind of falls into a bit of a mess, but little bit by bit, I'm doing what I can. I want to have an organized kitchen because this time around on this health journey, I need to be organized and have things on hand and handy so that I can just quickly whip up a healthy meal or a healthy snack. Anyway, so about 5 days ago or so, I noticed a little painful lump developing on my FUPA, which a lot of you don't know what a FUPA is. So let's go to Dr. Armchair for a lesson, shall we? Oh, hi there. Dr. Armchair here. So, the FUPA, fatty upper pubic area, also known as the mons pubis, is a rounded, fatty tissue lump above the genitals. There you go. I hope you feel a lot more educated.
I will be the first to admit, that was kind of funny. Why can't you be like that all the time?
So I had this little lump developing, and it grew quickly over the subsequent days to a very large mass with purple reddish around it. And I thought it's probably another abscess or something like that, like I had back here, and I had to get it lanced. So I decided, because it could be infected, it was very large, that I better go to the emergency. Because if you don't get these things looked after, the infection inside can enter your bloodstream and cause septic shock, so a blood infection, and that can be deadly. So you don't want that to happen. So I did go to the ER. My reasoning was early Sunday morning at like 6 in the morning. I called a taxi. Shouldn't be too many people there. I get there, sure enough, there was maybe 1 or 2 people sitting in the waiting room. One poor guy was getting sick every 5 seconds, and I thought, I'm not going to be sitting beside him. But the thing was, for my assigned zone, it still said like an 8-hour wait. So I thought, oh my goodness, but I have to do this, But luckily for me, they called me back. Maybe I only had to wait in the waiting room maybe 2 hours. They called me back into a room, and I had like pretty comfortable gurney kind of bed. I had my own room, which was good. And so yeah, at that point, I was laying on the bed for a while, and I realized something feels wet. I had some pajama pants on. I had taken a nice shower before going, because if they're going to be examining, bits and pieces of your body, you want to make sure it's as pleasant as possible. So I did my part, all right? But regardless, the thing on my FUPA started leaking. So it was leaking this bloody, gross fluid that smelled bad. I'm probably going to put a warning, but it's going to be gross. So I thought, oh great. So the pressure, now that did relieve some of the pain because it was so painful. They gave me some Toradol, which is like an NSAID, a anti-inflammatory, non-narcotic medication. They did all kinds of blood tests. blood tests, and I was a bit dehydrated, so they gave me some fluids. They started me on IV antibiotics, and I did feel a little bit better after the fluids. I had a bad headache from being dehydrated, and that went away. Was a pain trying to find a hole. I have to guide people to my veins. I'm gonna get a tattoo right about there. That's a good one. So, and I remember being in the ER a long time ago from severe pain, and the blood lab technician said, you should get a tattoo right there. Tell everybody there's a good vein there, because other than that, you're not gonna find anything on me. So anyways, so that was that. By the time I had a CT scan done, I had all kinds of tests done, just, they want to make sure. So I was seen they had to page the gynecology, but they decided that since the area affected didn't involve the vagina or vulva, they called internal medicine. Really, really hot, really gorgeous intern, a resident student. They're still doctors, and they're very knowledgeable. Came in and looked at it.
He must have had a wedding band on, or you would have said how bad he wanted you. I guess it's safe to say, we found the one male in Canada that doesn't want you.
It's, since my time being in the hospital, it became super inflamed. So like my FUPA, let's say, was this size before. It was this size now. Like it felt like a bowling ball between my legs. Like TMI, but it was like red and inflamed. Like almost like you would imagine like cellulitis. But the CT scan didn't show any pockets of pus that needed to be surgically removed. They thought maybe they had to do surgery on me, so I wasn't allowed to have anything by mouth other than ice chips. So, and at that point I had gone so long without food, I was beyond hungry. So they determined that it was like edema, and a soft tissue infection. So probably similar to cellulitis, but that's not what they called it. So it said soft tissue infection, and this thing is just continuing to drain a bit on its own. So there must be some kind of abscess there. I'm not sure, but he felt that because of my vitals, my blood pressure actually really improved for the time that I was there. It was like 120 over like 70 something. Because it's usually like 140, the top number. So that was pretty good. Just wait a minute. Jeez. So because my vitals were all right and I seemed okay, I didn't feel sick or I wasn't throwing up or anything, and I didn't have a fever, so they thought I could go home with antibiotics, oral antibiotics. So they put me on like amoxicillin and sent me on my way for 5 days. I'm on those pills. Now it is still pretty painful. It's still pretty inflamed. I think it's a little less. I could be wrong. I'm not sure. I don't really want to look at it too much because it makes me cringe. Like, I don't know. So.
What do you mean you don't know how big it is? Didn't you have Pete's take a look at it and tell you? I mean, after all.
He's had his mouth on my vagina.
I'm going to wait and see after my antibiotics. If it hasn't gone away, then I need to go back, and I'll probably have to have some kind of stronger treatment and all that. So I talked to my doctor yesterday over the phone, Monday. Yeah, today's Tuesday, yes, yesterday. Hi! And she's very concerned about my diabetes. My blood sugar was 14 fasting, which is very high, and she wants to start me on Ozempic, which is supposed to help with appetite, with weight loss, and with blood sugar regulation. So I have to go in to see her to talk about that because she has to show me how to do the needle, how to do the injection. So I'm going to be seeing her about getting my diabetes under control. And there's also my digestive issues. The CT scan showed, again, a lot of inflammation in the bowel area. And I mean, this is nothing surprising to me considering how many times I go to the bathroom a day, diarrhea a day. It's just, uncomfortable and triggered by a lot of things I eat, and my liver issues. I have an enlarged liver, so I have extreme fatty liver. So there's a lot of healing that has to go on in my body, inflammation-wise. So I'm trying to stick to anti-inflammatory foods. I'm trying to stick to foods that are low in fat and saturated fat. I'm trying to stay away from dairy.
For your sake, I hope you truly stick with it. However, there was that one word, that one caveat you always use, the word try. You can't try anymore, Chantel. You have to do it. Trying is not going cut it. And you know it, but that's why you like to use that word. It will allow you to slip up and go back to your old ways once you're starting to feel a little bit better.
I'm trying to eat foods that are really high in fiber. The ER doctor, they don't usually talk too much about nutrition, I find ER doctors, but this one did take the time to talk to me about high fiber diet will help rebuild my gut microbiome, especially after another strong dose of antibiotics. These antibiotics are really messing with me. I don't know. I feel weird, like they give me gut rot, but not just that. I woke up in the middle of the night and like I was like, when I would close my eyes, I would hallucinate all these like weird colors, like kaleidoscope images, and it was odd. I don't know if it's from that, but it was weird. So like weird cartoon characters, like I don't know. Anyway, so I got to go home. I was so happy. I had gone into the ER at 6 a.m. and I left at like 8:30 p.m. And I was just like, when the nurse came in to unhook my IV, I was elated. I was so happy to go home and see my cats. And this one, when I got home, was flipping out. Weren't you, BBJ? Weren't you? Yes. So that's that. And I got a very healthy grocery order today. And I'm just organizing my kitchen. I've been doing that slowly all day, made some really good progress in my fridge, and that's pretty much it. So moving forward, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be focusing on clean eating. So anything I do in this Foodie Beauty kitchen is going to be cooked. I don't want to order out anymore. I really don't.
Any bets on how long that's going to last? I'm going to go ahead and stick the cycle chart up here, so we can make sure we're all on the same page. I think we're in part 4 of the cycle. Comment down below, and let me know what you think.
I really want to see what life is going to be like for me on the healthy side of things, because if I keep going with all of these health issues, I won't be here for much longer. And
that's just the grim reality, and I'm sick of going to the ER. I'm sick to death of the ER. I can't, like, whenever, I used to think it's just a cliche, and I used to think, yeah, right, when people would say, there's nothing tastes as good as healthy feels, and I really believe that now, because I don't want to feel like shit. Like, feeling like crap is the worst.
I don't know about you guys, but I've heard enough to know that we're in for the same BS as always. I'm not gonna torture you guys any more than I have, so since you've hung out with me this long, I've got a little surprise for you. And it ain't Chantel.
Grub time.
I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys!
Thank you all for watching our video. Please like and share this video. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell to get notifications of new videos. Take care, and we will see you all in the next video.
Let